2020 Tantra, Crown Tantra, info in the description. So if you look at the Tree of Life, the Tantra, which created the Kabbalah, if you look at the Tantra and you look at Heteru, which is essentially the descending colon, and again, the left side is synonymous with the right brain, and the right brain controls the imaginative faculty, or your imagination. When you got a colonized or a colonized colon, or you have a colon eye, however you want to look at it, if you're looking from that place, a lot of people are observing existence from the colon, essentially. That's where their consciousness is locked, because again, the blood is liquid consciousness, and if people have a colonized colon, then the blood is being pulled there because the parasites want to pull it there so that they can control the imaginative faculty, and by way of it, keep the body in a trance and control its destiny, or its path and its energy. So when people have that infestation, they lose control of their imaginative faculty. So you have a lot of people that are in a trance, that are fixated on certain images and the way things need to look, and that has everything to do with that descending colon being controlled, because again, it's basically the right brain being colonized, but on a physical level, on a more dense level, it expresses itself in the colon as a completely colonized colon, or colonized. So if you look at it again, we're like multidimensional trees. We are in a tree, and the trunk is pretty much the midsection. The legs and arms are considered limbs. The head is the seed, and people have it confused. They flipped it, everywhere in Bizarro world, so they call the crown the root the crown, essentially. And that's why the sounds like Om, slow, low bandwidth sounds like that, those are synonymous with the supposed crown chakra, because that is the actual root chakra. That is the seed that sprouts up your spine. Again, if you look at a sperm, it looks like your brain and spine. And if you look at a seed sprout, and then the trunk come out of the sprout and then blossom, you have the fruit at the top of the tree. It's the same thing. Your reproductive organs are basically, your eggs and your sperm. That's your fruit. And so that's really the top of the tree. That's really what people call the root is really the crown, and what is the crown is really the root. And that's why you have sounds like Om that are synonymous with the root, because the heavy is the root of the light. The unmoved is the source of all movement. The darkness is the source of light. So again, in germination, it's happening in the darkness. That's where seeds sprout, in the darkness. So it's coming from out of the darkness into the light. And again, that's why your root chakra is red. It's like a checkerboard, however you want to look at it. It's the blackness, or ultraviolet. That's what they call in the crown. The purple chakra, the indigo chakra, whatever. That is really black. So that's the root, and the red is really the alter ego to it, however you want to look at it. So that is the light sprouting out of the darkness, and there's no separation. It's an extension of the darkness. Light is darkness in motion, or infinity in motion. Again, light is projected darkness. That's why you get darker in the sunlight, because the sun is ultraviolet, which is black, and it's radiation, it's radiant, and it grows you. And because we are multidimensional trees, again, we're in a tree, we're in an egg, cosmic egg. Your body is an egg. That's what the sperm cell is in, or impregnates, however you want to, fertilizes. And that's the world we live in. Again, the microcosm is the macrocosm, obviously. So we're in an egg, which is the body, which is in an egg, which is the cosmic egg, which is the world. And that just can go on for infinity. You have infinite eggs, what people call the multiverse, or whatever, overlapping realities, whatever. And you have some trees, some people, or whatever, are the base reality, and some are projections from another base reality. And it's the same thing relative to them. You're a projection to their base reality. So if you study the Tree of Life, you're studying your body. The Bible is pretty much the Tree of Life in story form. And there isn't a thing you can study that really isn't the Tree of Life, because everything is in it, on it, is it. So it's pretty much the reality. of things. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say is that you got to really realize how synonymous things are. If you going to pay any kind of attention to what's going on inside you or around you, it's the same thing inside as outside. So once you realize that your descending colon is controlling your imaginative faculty, and you can feel the pressures in there once you detox, and you can feel anything that's going through there, then you realize like all this external light is vibration, it's resonance, it's, you know, it radiates, and it's creating imagery. And the pineal is constantly seeing, it sees sound, because vibration, sound, light, they're all one. It's resonance, it's all one. There's no separation between vibration, sound, and light. They're all one. It's a light spectrum, but it's one source of light, one force, or, you know, however you want to look at it. So there's no separation. It's all a perception. You know, you could look at smelling as seeing smells with your nose. You're seeing a smell. You're seeing sounds with your ears. However you want to look at it. Or you can say, I'm hearing light with my eyes, but it's really all the same. There's no separation. Everything's an extension. Everything segues into the next thing. So when you have all these vibrations inside you, external broken vibrations, you have to fill those gaps with the breath. You know, broken light, if it's not natural light, you know, it's got gaps in it. It's not arranged properly. Arrangement is everything. It's feng shui, really. It's light feng shui. You know, emotional feng shui. They're all the same. So you're taking in all this light, and it's formulating visuals, and you're attaching more visuals to it, and then it just bundles and bundles and bundles, and then you have an inflamed body, inflamed colon, all this swelling. Because again, metaphysical weight, emotional and mental weight becomes physical weight. And that's how life manifests, from the nothingness or less denseness to the denseness. So as you take in that external broken light, you're giving the pineal visuals. The pineal decalcifies, and then you're doing breath work. After every time you put something in your body, you can see that you're getting shapes, colors, visuals, patterns. Everything's a pattern. And that's what the genetics of things are. It's a pattern of light, pattern of vibration. And your pineal is formulating a visual, and that's what you're projecting your life with. That's what you're imagining your things, the memories. You're creating the memories before they happen in the physical sense. Because again, it's creation and reaction, the same letters. You create in the dream realm or the imaginative, metaphysical realm, whatever, and then you live it out in the physical realm. So it's just the chain of course, the chain of breath. Again, the nothingness or infiniteness is amplifying itself through the breath, and reducing itself into transient forms to interface and experience itself, and is doing that through the breath. Because you have infinity that it's totally aware of everything. It doesn't have to know anything. It's totally aware. It's total consciousness. There's no ending or beginning to it, and for it to interface, it has to reduce that infinitude into finiteness in order to interact, interface, and experience itself, and in a lot of ways improve its physical self, improve its experience of itself, however you want to look at it, improve its perception, because it's not like it's improvement at an essential level. The essence is what it is, essential, the essence, that is what it is, that's perfect, but the perception of the essence is everything. And that has everything to do with the arrangement or the alignment with the breath. And the breath pattern you're creating is your algorithm, and that's where you're observing reality from. Pretty much your point of breath, the way you breathe determines the way you see things. And seeing is living, really. And whether you have eyes or not, you would still see with your optic nerve. So again, either way, it's all you're seeing from the pineal, from the first eye, the most eye, the truest identification, and that's all you are seeing as well. You're seeing the eye. But if it's obstruction, if the arrangement isn't right, the breath isn't, you're not in alignment with the breath, which is the spirit. The breath is the spirit. If you're not in alignment with it, then you're not. The mirror is foggy, and your perception of life is jaded at that point. It's jaundiced. So that's really about it. Just a quick video to touch base with y'all. 2020 Tantra, Crown Tantra, info in the description. Again, you can get all 40 PDFs and the 3 audio books. Just email me. It's 10 each or 100 for all of them. And I uploaded the premium videos, so they're all in my playlist on this page now. And I'm back east for a little bit, and yeah, that's about it.